Welcome everybody to the, I don't know if it's going to be annual, but it is the 2017 Imagine Dragons Best Song Tournament. Hopefully some of you guys will be showing up here soon. We're going to get this party started. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And as soon as a couple of people get here, we'll go ahead and get started. So if you are watching this in the future and it is not live, I would recommend just skipping ahead like 2 minutes and then try 5 minutes. I think that's going to be the best way to get this to work for you. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and greet everybody who's showing up now. You guys, welcome. Whoa, there are a lot of you guys showing up very quickly. I'm so glad you guys are here. It has been so long since we did a live stream. It is so overdue, and I'm super glad to see you guys here. Let's see, we got Becca Hearts You. My name is so long, I bet you won't type it, but I will read it. Natka, I'm Not Me, Am I? Been around for a long time. Elliot Johnson, Blurry Saskia, Blurry Saskia, Joy Scott, Comic Person. I really like you guys. You can see this picture. Yeah, that's hilarious. I love that. General Stevius. Oh yeah, you asked me a question earlier, General Stevius, about why I don't respond to your comments anymore. It's not on purpose, unfortunately. I think you've been asking for the pantaloon a lot in your comments, and I just feel so bad that I'm too ashamed to respond to you. But hopefully we'll get that out soon. I'm thinking about doing a podcast about it. Atomic Mars is here. Jacob Nicholson, Izzy's Blurry Face. Yeah, the TOP one was absolutely crazy. Hopefully this one is going to be awesome. Jacob Barbarian Alvarez, Ashley, Madison, Lucas, Miss May, Joyce, Julia, Jens, tons of you guys, and I'm starting to run out. There's a bit of lag. Yeah, sorry about that. General Stevens. Oh, actually, you just asked why. Yeah, and I think I just kind of explained that. How's everyone? We're all doing great. Hi from Slovenia. I love it, the fact that people on this channel are from all over the place. So, hi from America. Hi to you in Slovenia, Nina. I'm new to the channel. Miss May, welcome to the channel. Hopefully you are enjoying yourself. Hopefully it hasn't started to bore you yet. It's definitely a unique thing we got going on here. Barbarian Alvarez, I love Imagine Dragons. Awesome. Mystic is here. Did not miss the live stream. Yep. Welcome. Atomic Mars wants to know if we can have more streams. What would you guys want me to stream about? That's a question, actually. I've been thinking about that recently. We haven't done a lot of live streams, and I felt bad always my live streams just being like, ask questions or request a song, because obviously I couldn't do everybody's requests, and I don't think asking questions about me is that exciting. I don't think I'm super exciting, so I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about that. It's not my favorite band in this house, so I had to drop everything I was doing. Joyce, welcome. Alrighty. I'm Not Me, Am I says just vote once. Actually, it's super fun when everybody votes like a million times. Not going to say it's the best idea, but I love it. June 20th is so close, though. Yeah, so we're going to maybe have to do another video like this after they drop Evolve. I wouldn't be surprised. Which is better, Believer Thunder? Oh, that's a tough choice. I think I like Believer or Thunder. Well, I guess we'll just have to find out which one wins today. I don't think they're very close in the bracket to each other, so we'll have to see what happens there. And if you guys are like, oh, let's get started, we're actually just going to wait 2 more minutes so we can gather a couple more folks. So at the point that we get to 5 minutes, we're going to start this tournament and get moving, all right? And we're just going to say hi for a second. So if you are watching this in the future, feel free to skip ahead to the 5-minute mark. That's where we're going to start. Jono7 was just about to watch your Heathens vid and saw this pop up. Couldn't pass up on this opportunity. I'm so glad you're here. And guys, the good news is that this is only going to take an hour, hypothetically, okay? There are fewer Imagine Dragons songs, and so the bracket's not even completely filled out. And I'm going to, in fact, show you the bracket in just a second to make sure that I'm not missing anything, because I went through their entire Spotify, looked at their discography, got everything. But, you know, super fans like you guys probably will notice something that I didn't notice. I'm a big fan. I don't know if I'm a super fan. We'll see. Yeah, Believer or Thunder, we got a couple of different opinions on that one. I think I like Believer musically. I like the themes of Thunder. I don't know very much about this band. Well, you're about to learn a lot. It's going to be super fun. Alrighty. Yeah, more music talks. Atomic Mars, what would you like music talks to be about? Usually music talks is like our weekly, just kind of like answering questions, talking about songs. And I think I've kind of taken a lot of what we would have done in Music Talks and sort of moved it to the podcast a little bit, or I've thought about doing that. But I'd be interested to hear what you guys think would be really interesting, like subject material for a weekly like live stream. Good question. Did you call your dog Ruby? I did not, unfortunately. So the way it happened is we took so long to figure it out, and in the meantime we had to keep calling her Galaxy, the name she came with, that I think we kind of just got stuck calling her Galaxy, which is unfortunate because I liked Rupee and April liked Daisy, and so it made it more difficult that we couldn't agree, and so she currently is just called Galaxy, which isn't as cool as Ruby, Rupee, Zelda, or probably Daisy, but what are you going to do? I tried to convince her that Shango Bunny would have been an even better name, but Bleeding Out. Yeah, I love Bleeding Out. Absolutely a great song. Watching this is the most productive I've been today. You're about to be super productive. You're going to have to work for it because we're about to start. All right. Thunder reminds me a bit of Young and Menace by Fall Out Boy. Yeah, a little bit. They got that same sort of like grunge, heavy pop thing going on. Let's go ahead and jump into this, folks. It is time for the tournament. Well, it's time to check the bracket. So let me show you what we got here. These are the songs that we're starting with. And those of you who are coming in, welcome, welcome. We're going to do this just like the 21 Pilots tournament. Essentially what's going to happen is we have this wonderful bracket here with a lot of songs, and you guys go ahead and read those. If you notice anything missing, chat me up in the comments after I go through the whole thing. And we're going to kind of go one by one in each of these, face-offs, and you guys are going to let me know which one you think is better. Now, notice that some of these are missing. We have a 64 per tournament bracket, but we only had like 46 songs. And so some of these songs get a bye, which just means that either they were so great or it was just randomly chosen that they did not have to go up against another song in the first round. But they will get to fight in the second round, but we'll see what happens. So some of these just get a bye, and you'll notice Thunder and It's Time are both two of the most popular songs, so they get a bye. It Comes Back to You was very randomly chosen. Sucker for Pain was very popular, so it gets a bye. You can see we got a lot of different songs here. Some real heavy hitters, folks, and just pardon me for taking on my sportscaster personality for a second. It's going to be a great day out there. We got a great game set up. We got a lot of very worthy opponents, and we're going to have to see which one comes off the field of glory with the least blood on it. I don't know. All right, enough of that. You can see Demons, Who We Are, a lot of really good ones. Celine, Friction, The River. Some of these you probably have never heard of, and some of these I honestly hadn't really heard of before I went back and looked at the entire discography. So I don't have strong opinions on everything here, but I do have strong opinions on several of these songs. You got Hopeless Opus is up here. Did I already do Hear Me? Nope, I didn't. That's good. Sometimes I'm worried I have doubles. But I don't think I do. I'm So Sorry, Dream, Smoke and Mirrors, Whatever It Takes, On Top of the World, Bleeding Out, such a good one. Gold is a good one. Shots is a good one. Warriors, Underdog, I love. Oh, Warriors did make it on twice, so we'll go ahead and we're actually going to get rid of that one. Alrighty. And you know what? Let's go ahead and put Warriors here. We just won't worry about that bracket there, and we're going to take Gold off of here, put it right here. Guys, let me know, did I miss any of these so far? Demons and Bleeding Out. Dream, I see. Demons, Dream. Okay, I'm not seeing any necessarily that I'm missing here, because I think I got Dream in there. I got all of these in here. Good stuff. Daylight. Did I get Daylight? I don't think I've heard of that one. I love how you're like in the stands and you're like screaming for your, some of you guys are like already screaming like, I want this one to win. This one had better freaking win or I'm going to lose it. Not all of you are like that. Let me see if Daylight was one that I was missing. Daylight, Imagine Dragons. Nope. That was a tribute to Imagine Dragons. Okay, good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the bracket is ready to go. Wait, Ready, Aim, Fire? I don't believe I have Ready, Aim, Fire, but I also don't think that's Imagine Dragons. They might have done it as a cover. There were several on here. If you don't see here, it's a good chance that it was just a cover. All right, folks, let's go ahead and take one more look at the bracket. I'm just going to tidy up a couple of things here. I want to, we'll just say that some of these have a bye, so they make it to the second round. Good stuff. Okay. Alrighty. And just to go ahead and start things off, guys, we are going to go ahead and just say a couple of words of self-restraint because this is going to be crazy. Izzy's blurry face already says this very well. I'm going to lose it. And we are really probably all going to lose this. If you don't know these songs, there's probably a couple that you might already know, so root for those. I'd rather watch this than sport, self-esteem to match. I love that because, I mean, this is like the sport of music. That's kind of what I was trying to capture when I put this together, and it's so much fun. Like, it's like if your song was a sports team. All right, it's you guys get the idea. Atomic Mars, yes, I do remember that. Good point. Don't think Ready, Aim, Fire is there. Good stuff. We already established that it's a cover or something. It wasn't on there. Or it's not an Imagine Dragons song on Spotify anyway. Are you allowed to do non-fully published ones? Unfortunately, no. We got to stick with like the professionally put out there ones. And before I lose any of you guys, before you're like, this guy is stalling and he's boring, let's go ahead and jump in to this crazy mess we call a song tournament. And like I promised, guys, we will be done by 6 o'clock. So if you've got places to go, we'll be done by then. And in the first category, Thunder is going to go ahead and advance to the second round just because there's nothing going against it. The next question for you then is Amsterdam versus Roots. Guys, Amsterdam versus Roots is the first competition, and go ahead and just vote by commenting in the chat. You're welcome to comment as many times as you want. I'm just going to kind of go with like the frequency of comments. Honestly, too, if I feel like it's a tie, I'm going to make the decision. And when we get really close to the bottom and we have like the really top ones out there, we are going to go ahead and put it as like a vote on Twitter or a vote on Instagram. Okay, I am seeing a lot of Amsterdam, and honestly, I didn't expect to see this many votes for Roots. Let me go ahead and just to make sure, like, why are there so many votes for Roots? I really didn't think it was that popular of an Imagine Dragons song. But I think Amsterdam is going to go ahead and win it. I do want to play this song, though. Oh, I see why it's so popular. Oh my gosh, that is so catchy. Oh, good stuff, good stuff. Okay. Well, it's unfortunate that these two have to go against each other so soon, but I'm going to go ahead and go with Amsterdam. I think that it's an overall more popular song, and it seems that what you guys are saying just barely reflects that. I feel like I'm seeing just barely Amsterdam winning. All right, so Amsterdam takes it to the next round, and we're going to move back to here. Okay, so Amsterdam wins the first one. The next one, It's Time, actually makes it into the next bracket. So that's good stuff. And then we have Round and Round versus Summer. And what do you guys think about that? We got Round and Round versus Summer. And I honestly don't know either of these ones super well. So this one I'm really going to kind of put up to you. And it really is sad that Roots didn't make it any further. Just because it's such a good song. Like, it sounded so cool. But it's just hard to beat Amsterdam. At Round and Round easily wins this. And I want to go ahead and hear Round and Round because it's not coming to mind. Like, I like Imagine Dragons, but not necessarily as much. Oh, now Summer seems to be winning. Oh, guys, this is going to be difficult. But let's see. Round and Round. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Round and Round, so let's go ahead and throw that one in there. Round and Round advances to the next level. Levitate versus Every Night. And I know that we're going to disenfranchise some folks, but you know what? We are going to give it the most fair, best shake we can. So let's go ahead. I want to listen to Summer, at least as like a tribute to its awesomeness, even though I don't remember it super well. What do we have? Oh. Oh, gosh. Yeah, just based off of the sound, I'm going to have to say that Round and Round is the winner. And based on what you guys are saying right now, it looks like it's going to be a very easy choice. And it's an easy choice for me that we're going to go with Levitate for this next one. I think this next tournament is going to be a little more difficult. America versus It Was Me. What do you guys think there? Honestly, a difficult choice, I think. America versus It Was Me. When it comes to I Bet My Life, I think that is going to be a very easy choice when we get to that one. Let's see. America versus It Was Me. Here's America. Oh gosh, yeah. I love that one so much. I think America is the clear winner here as well, based on what I'm seeing in the chat. And if you guys are wondering why is he going so fast, like we're not getting enough time to vote about this. we're gonna save the in-depth, like just going hashing it out for some of the songs when we get a little bit further on. It Comes Back to You makes it to the next round, and Sucker for Pain. Both of them decently popular songs, but we have to move on. Demons versus Who We Are. And I'm going to go ahead and say that Demons is probably going to win this one. If you guys didn't catch that, it's Demons versus Who We Are. Which one do you think is going to win that one? I think it's Demons. I really think that Demons is going to be more popular, and it's also my favorite between them. I mean, Demons is just such a good song. I love Atomic Mars. I saw that. You said Fall Away. Poor Fall Away. Let's just hope that copyright infringement type people don't figure out we're playing clips of the songs, but we are doing it for criticism and analysis and reviewing, so technically under fair use, there shouldn't be any problems with this. Alright, Demons definitely won based on what I've seen in the chat and my own personal opinion. Let's talk about Celine versus Friction. These are two songs that I'm not as familiar with, honestly. But I think that Friction I do like better. The song makes me feel so bad, I don't know why, but I still love it. I think you're referring to Demons, and yeah, it is kind of a downer, isn't it? You guys obviously love Demons, we're seeing that here, but Celine and Friction are already off to kind of a neck-and-neck type deal. Yeah. No, Friction might be pulling ahead. Friction... Yeah, I don't really know them well enough to really criticize either. Let's go ahead and listen to Friction, because I was listening to it earlier today. It's not a super popular one, but it is pretty good. Oh, wow. That is not typical Imagine Dragons song sound, and I do like that. Okay. Well, it looks like, based on the chat, that Friction is a pretty solid win. And then the River is going to go ahead and pass into the next round. Between Polaroid and Thief. Now, I don't have super strong opinions. Taco Bell Saga can't win an Imagine Dragons one, Atomic Mars. And El Mike Blasphemy can't win either. What are you talking about? You guys are crazy. But as far as this one goes, it looks like Polaroid and Thief are the next two. And which one do you guys think is the better one here? Honestly, I'm not super familiar with either of them. But it looks like Polaroid is off to a pretty strong start, so if it comes down to you guys, I think Polaroid's going to win. Have you noticed that like all Imagine Dragons songs start with like the mandolin for 10 seconds, and then we get soft vocals coming in? Oh, I like it, yeah. Okay, I think it's easily a Polaroid win. Alright, Nothing Left to Say makes it into the next round. And then Monster versus Trouble. What do we got there, guys? Monster versus Trouble. Allow me to jog your memory if you're not familiar with those two songs. Monster versus Trouble. Yeah, there's like, it's not a mandolin this time, but it is like the soft, high-pitched instrument. Oh my gosh, Monster. That's, you feel very strongly about this, I can see. Monster, dude. Stop using good songs as your bathroom. Wonderful. Alright. Yeah. Monster wins pretty handily on this one. That you were just listening to Trouble. Monster was from the deluxe album. Oops. I accidentally clicked on something. Oh. And I see why you guys like it. Good stuff, good stuff. Alright. Monster is going to go ahead and win this one. I don't know why it says Trouble in Trouble, but we're going to go ahead and put Monster. Good stuff. And Radioactive, of course. Oh, my spreadsheet is messing with me. Guys, what's more exciting than watching a YouTuber figure out spreadsheets? I don't know. I honestly don't. There we go. All right, Radioactive makes it to the next round. Boom. And we move on to the other side, to the east side of the bracket. All right, Believer versus Second Chances. I'm really strongly going to say Believer on this one. I like Believer much, much better on this one. Monster is effing everything. Wonderful. Yeah, good stuff. But Believer is my favorite song. So far, one of my favorite songs off of the new album. And I think you guys, it looks like you're already starting to agree, so I'm going to say that this is an easy choice. I'll save my vague rhapsodies of commentary for later. Right now we're just getting rid of some of them. Hopeless Opus, I'm going to go ahead and preemptively say wins, but you guys go ahead and back me up on that. Is that the case? Does Hopeless Opus beat Battle Cry? That's the question for you guys. OMG, believer for sure. Do you even need to ask? You know, I want to respect your guys' opinions, but yeah, no, probably not. All right, Hopeless Opus. Oh, Battle Cry, Hopeless Opus. Yep, we're going to say Hopeless Opus wins on that one. Oh, but now there's a lot of Battle Cry. Guys, all right, we need to turn this over to the judges, which are our ears. Hopeless Opus. Oh gosh, yeah. I love the sound of Hopeless Opus. I don't like those vocals right there so much. What does Battle Cry got going for it? Oh my gosh, it is epic. I hate it when there's these difficult choices in the first round. Okay, Battle Cry is epic. The two songs seem to be super closely tied in the comments. We're going to have to go with Hopeless Opus, though. I think Hopeless Opus beats it out, and as the tiebreaker, even if it doesn't, I'm going to make that decision. I Bet My Life versus The Unknown. I don't even need to ask, but just tell me if I'm wrong, people. It's definitely I Bet My Life here. Hear Me is going to make it through. I'm Sorry is going to make it through. I'm So Sorry. Dream, all of these, they did not have really a competition. This was kind of an emptier quarter of the bracket. Thankfully for these songs, right? But whatever it takes. But there will be competition next round for all of them. Let's talk On Top of the World versus Gold. And I think this will be a legitimately difficult choice for you guys. On Top of the World or Gold? What you guys are saying, The Unknown and I Bet My Life. What competition was that? Yeah, I Bet My Life. I Bet My Life is going to stay. I think that was the right call. Gold versus... Wait, what are we even comparing? On Top of the World. Oh no, it looks like Gold might be winning. This might be one of those cases where I don't agree with the masses and I have to go with what you guys say. Gold versus On Top of the World. I love On Top of the World. But you guys are all saying Gold. Or at least I think more of you are saying Gold. Both, I don't give an F. Oh man, well you should, because On Top of the World's an amazing song. But I'm going to give this one to Gold. I think Gold is the more popular one. Just so you guys... Okay, I'm bitter about this one. And I'm in charge of this live stream, so I get to make you feel bad. Listen to On Top of the World and think of what you're missing out on. It's so happy! I don't know. Maybe the reason I love it so much is that I have like this nostalgia for it. That reminds me of like when I was younger and stuff, and I really like it. But we're gonna go ahead and say that Gold won. I agree, total and complete failure. I totally agree, but the people have spoken. We're gonna go with Gold. This isn't me pooping on it. This is you guys pooping on it. That's a reference to the TOP tournament. Ignore the bathroom humor. Bleeding Out versus Tiptoe. It's an easy choice for me. I think you guys are going to agree it's Bleeding Out. So let's do Release versus Shots. Release versus Shots. Which one is better there? I'm going to say that it's probably Shots. But I would love to hear what you guys say about that. Yeah, Bleeding Out definitely won that last one. Some of you guys are saying Tiptoe, but it's good that everybody else is... Oh, Shots. Wow. Shots definitely wins there. Good stuff, people. Alrighty, Shots. And then we go back down here to My Fault versus Underdog. Now, this is a very, very easy choice for me. I think Underdog is the obvious winner here. And just to try to cheat a little bit to convince you that my opinion is right, because we can't have another On Top of the World instance. Why wouldn't that one make it into the top 4? I'm still freaking out. It's not my favorite, but it's one of my favorites. Can you not vote for Underdog? Are you listening to this? This is so, so good. It's off of Night Visions, which was undoubtedly their best album. And then My Fault, where was that? My Fault, it wasn't off of their best album, was it? Nope, it was. It was off the deluxe version. So still good stuff. But Underdog is by far superior. If I can't have On Top of the World, thank you guys for at least giving me this one. So we're going to go ahead and say Underdog wins. Oh, you know what? Speaking of dogs, April is throwing the ball for Galaxy in the backyard. All right, unsolicited dog watching moment. Watch. There's the Frisbee. Oh, she's amazing. Did you guys see her jump like that? She is such an incredible dog. You can't see April over there, but one more. This is the break. Oh my gosh, she's amazing. Oh, she dropped it. Oh well, the failure. Okay, that was a commercial break. Anyway, Underdog, she is an overdog. She's awesome. Okay, back to the business at hand, people. Hope you don't mind. Oh my goodness, she's jumping so high. I'm so happy. I have a great dog. Cha-Ching versus Warriors. And just so you guys know what we're going up against here, let me go ahead and find these songs and play them for you. Warriors, where's Warriors? Warriors was a good song off of Smoke and Mirrors, which was arguably not one of their better albums. It looks like it's obviously Warriors going to win just by a landslide. And that might be because of name recognition. It might just be because it's a better song. I haven't listened to Cha-Ching too much myself, so we're going to give it to Warriors. Hey, everybody, go ahead and congratulate yourself. We have made it to round 2. And yeah, that is no small accomplishment. We got 66 of you guys here watching, helping us make this decision, which is unfortunate because really this decision should be made by the entire world because we all love Imagine Dragons. But I am so glad that you guys are here and we can be talking about this. I think what we might do is just have like a quick commercial break after each round. So I just wanted to go ahead and let you guys know about my podcast. If you guys aren't familiar with it, it's actually super, super cool. And I want to... Okay, you'll be able to hear me in just a second. There was like some sort of glitch. Okay, now you can hear me. And window capture. I'm trying to just browser source. Let's just say this right here. Okay. Desktop picture. You know what? Screw that, guys. Screw that. I'll just tell you about it. Basically, if you're interested in finding out more about Imagine Dragons in particular, 21 Pilots, new pop music that comes out, we just did My Chemical Romance and a few other things, you should check out my podcast. If you go to iTunes, you look for the Pop Song Professor podcast. It's all linked in the description here. If you have an Android phone, you can also find it on the Google Play Music Store. And then it's also on my website, songmeanings.libsyn.com, which is linked in the description and a few other places. Making those podcasts is honestly one of my favorite things to do. So if you really want to get enthusiastic and excited about some of this music with me, that's the place to meet up with me because I just love doing those so much. They're like one of my favorite parts of the entire Pop Song Professor project, second only to having conversations with you guys. My favorite thing is having conversations with you guys, answering comments, talking to you. Oh, speaking of commercial breaks, the thrower of dog frisbees is here. Hey, April.
Hey. Here.
There you go. So this is on a little bit of a delay from here, but this is what they'll be seeing. Yeah, so you just got back from work?
Yep.
I picked up the camera and turned it around to show Galaxy.
Fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It's the bad frisbee, so it goes all crooked.
Oh, was that the bad frisbee? She still caught like a couple of them.
It was very impressive, yeah.
There were like 3 people who were super impressed. So
I was super impressed. So 4 people.
You did a good job throwing it.
Thanks.
How was work?
Work was good.
Good. We are doing Imagine Dragons. I'll show you what they're seeing. So far we have... I don't think you're a big fan of Imagine Dragons, right?
I like Imagine Dragons.
We got a few songs made it into this round. As a review for you and everybody else, we got Thunder, Amsterdam, It's Time, Round and Round, Levitate America. I don't know. Some of these are pretty obscure. But Demons is a really good one. Mm-hmm. Radioactive, of course, amazing. Warriors from Smoke Plus Mirrors. Underdog is one of my favorites. Of all the crazy things, On Top of the World lost to Gold. I'm on top of the world. Hey. Like, that's one of the best songs, right? Okay, anyway. Bleeding Out, Whatever It Takes, Smoke and Mirrors, Dream, I'm So Sorry, blah, blah, blah. I Bet My Life, Hopeless Hopeless. So a lot of really good ones are making it into the next round. But that's what we're looking at.
Well, sounds like fun. I'll get out of your hair.
Cool. Love you.
Love you too.
See ya.
Bye.
Alrighty. Isabel says you have an amazing frisbee talent.
Oh, thank you.
No. All right. Real quick, so let's finish our commercial breakup. Janice Myers says, because I can't find the podcast. I don't know what you said before that, but it is a link in the description. Should be pretty easy to find. And if you can't, send me an email at clifford@popsongprofessor.com. I'll send you the links myself. That's clifford@popsongprofessor.com. If any of you guys, feel free to email me at any time to ask questions about all this stuff. It'll be super fun. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump back into this. Round 2. Get back to work, people. We got serious, world-changing stuff to do. And it's also going to get a whole lot harder. It is not getting any easier from this point on. Thunder versus Amsterdam, folks. What do you got for me? Thunder versus Amsterdam. I'm going to play my vote, I think. Let me double check to make sure it's my vote. It's hard to beat Amsterdam, I think. But Thunder is really good. Yeah, so I don't know what you guys think, but obviously we're about to find out. While you guys are voting, let me answer some questions. Jono7, how old is Galaxy? She's 2. I am a lucky man, Panhead9616. So can't find the podcast. Love whatever it takes. Amsterdam. I think we're getting a lot of Amsterdam. It looks like people aren't as big of a fan of Thunder. No, Amsterdam. Yep, I'm going to say that Amsterdam wins this one, guys. Your votes have been heard. Tell your doggo I said hi. I'll tell doggo that Allie said hi. It's close. Thunder is really good, but yeah, we will go ahead and give that one to Amsterdam. You guys can see it right there. Boom. Now, between It's Time and Round, what do you guys think? Which one should win here and proceed into the second round or the third round? It's Time versus Round. And for that matter, Levitate versus America. We can go ahead and be voting on 2 at the same time, just so that we don't keep you guys from your very important events you have to go to. It's Time versus Round and Levitate versus America. What do you think? I'm seeing a lot of It's Time. Yeah, It's Time is winning for sure. Let's go ahead and play a little bit of It's Time. It's a good song. Oh my gosh, yeah. I love this beginning, like the claps and everything. Okay, so It's Time is one. What about America versus Levitate? I'm seeing a lot of America. Yep, America's going to win that one. And if you guys are worried about whether it's completely even, I'm going to be the tiebreaker. Oh my goodness. How could It's Time have not won? It's absolutely an amazing song. Alright, so It's Time and America. Alright, so just to finish off the west side of the bracket, we got It Comes Back to You, well, I guess this quarter of the bracket. It Comes Back to You versus Sucker for Pain. And if you're not familiar with It Comes Back to You, let me go ahead and play that because I'm not completely familiar with that one myself. Oh, it kind of had a bye. I think Sucker for Pain's going to win that one. And then Demons versus The Fall. Oh, that is kind of cool. I like It Comes Back to You. But I think Sucker for Pain is going to win. But between Demons and The Fall, I think Demons is going to win there too. What do you guys got for me? Whoa! It Comes Back for You? I was not expecting that. You guys are interesting. You're full of surprises. It Comes Back to You and Demons. They win. If I had to hazard a guess as to why Sucker for Pain didn't win, I would say it's probably because it's just too commercial, and because Suicide Squad wasn't that great of a movie. Sure, it had some cool characters and some heroes and whatever, anti-heroes and stuff, but it wasn't very well done. So let's go ahead and move on to the next round. Demons, of course, obvious because it's amazing. As somebody said earlier, it is everything, I think. Friction versus The River, and then Polaroid versus Nothing Left to Say. These are 4 songs that I really know very little about, so I'm going to let you guys very much guide this. Let me play portions of Friction. What do you think? Friction versus The River, folks. And then Polaroid versus Nothing Left to Say. I don't like Friction. What about The River? Oh. I like The River. I think The River should win. And then between Polaroid and Nothing Left to Say. Nothing Left to Say is really good. Oh yeah. Polaroid? Oh, Polaroid is actually really good. Alright, well I'm gonna leave that one up to you guys, but I think that the river should win. And I'm seeing the river. Somebody here asks, what is a super chat? And that is I'm glad you asked, because a super chat is like you spend a couple of bucks and your comment gets like highlighted, and usually like the YouTuber will like give it special notice and answer your question or something like that during like a commercial break. So if you decide to do a super chat, it's a cool way. April and I will use that as like date night money. But anyway, back to this. River definitely wins, and it looks like Polaroid definitely wins. So we're gonna hit those into here. I couldn't agree more with your guys' choices. Very, very good choices. All right. Then Monster versus Radioactive. Is this a difficult choice? Yes. Do you have to make it? Yes. Should Radioactive win? Yes. Radioactive. Sit right here. Whoa, Monster's actually doing better than I thought it would. Why is Monster doing so well? Let's listen to Monster to see if we can figure out why. It's even from Smoke Plus Mirrors, which is not their best album. Yeah, Becca Hearts You, April does have really pretty hair. It's very true. And thanks. For her sake. Guys, I think Monster's winning, which is a huge surprise to me. I almost failed to believe it. Oh, okay. It goes back and forth. Like one moment Monster's winning, one moment Radioactive is winning. Let's go ahead and let's have a poll here on Twitter. We're gonna give it like a couple of minutes. We'll vote and then we'll come back to a different song here. Let's see. What is better? And here's the poll. This one I can't decide based on the comments, and I don't want to risk being inaccurate on this. So guys, go ahead. My Twitter is in the description. You can find it at Clifford Stummy. Monster. And if you don't have a Twitter, I'm so sorry. We'll do some votes on Instagram too, so we'll kind of spread it out between the two. All right, which is better, Monster versus Radioactive? I'll go ahead and post that tweet in the chat as soon as we got some lag. I know that's no fun. Thanks for the patience, guys. But yeah, so that tweet is on the old Twitter. I mean, where else would it be, right? But this one, we had to take some extra time to sort of figure this one out. Alrighty. This one is so hard. This one is so difficult. And I'm so sorry about those of you guys who don't have Twitter. Like I said, we'll do some votes on Instagram soon, but let me go ahead and make sure that I have that linked in the description or in the chat. I just went ahead and shared that with you guys in the chat, so go ahead and vote it up. We're going to give it a couple of minutes. So while we're doing that, while people are voting on Twitter, those of you who are left, let's go ahead and look at the other side of the bracket. And we obviously do have to keep this moving. You guys are busy. Believer versus Hopeless Opus. I think Believer wins here, but I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. And then I Bet My Life versus Hear Me. And I'm going to say I Bet My Life is a pretty shoe-in winner there. So Believer versus Hopeless Opus, and I Bet My Life versus Hear Me. What do you guys think about that? Hopefully it's not as close as this last one. Is it really 50-50 on the Twitter vote? Whatever you guys see in like this corner over here is just, it's unfortunate, but it's just the way that my setup looks like for the moment. But it looks like the votes are 50-50 still. Okay, well, it's only 2 votes so far. So if you guys get the chance to go over there and vote, I mean, it's still appropriate because obviously it was a 50-50 vote in the first place. But I think Believe and I Bet My Life. Believer is winning for sure. Hear Me may be beating I Bet My Life. I'm having to stare at this really hard. Believer. I think Hear Me. Hear Me is going to win on that one. If you guys are just so disgusted with that ruling on the field. The ruling on the field is stands. Hear Me beats I Bet My Life. And Believer also goes on to the next round. Hear Me. You know what, guys? Probably the reason my computer is going so slow is I didn't exit out of Photoshop. Life lesson, always exit out of Photoshop. Believer makes it into the next round. Let me go ahead and double check the Twitter vote, and let's... 31 votes. Wow! Monster is winning by 4% out of 31 votes. Let me go ahead and refresh that. I'm going to give it just one more second because it's still so close. All right, so in the next vote, we have I'm So Sorry versus Dream and Smoke and Mirrors versus Whatever It Takes. So what are you guys going to say there? I think I'm So Sorry sounds cool, and I guess I know Whatever It Takes more than Smoke and Mirrors, and I just wasn't a big fan of the Smoke and Mirrors album, apart from a few songs. So this one, what do you guys think? I'm seeing a lot of Dream. We're going to go ahead and give that one to Dream, I think, pretty squarely. All right, computer, speed back up for me. This is, you guys, those of you who know computers a little bit will be impressed that I'm doing all of this on a MacBook Air that's like 2.5 years old. Woohoo. It's so much fun to be on such a slow computer. If you super chat me, I'll buy a computer next, and then this can go quicker. Good stuff. Smoke and Mirrors, that would have to be an amazing super chat. Smoke and Mirrors versus Whatever It Takes. And I'm seeing Whatever It Takes. I'm just not seeing a lot of Smoke and Mirrors. So we're going to give that to Whatever It Takes. And we move on down. All right, guys. Next one is Gold versus Bleeding Out. And Shots just makes it to the next one. Underdog makes it to the next one. Those were some pretty lackadaisically non-competitive ones. So Gold versus Bleeding Out. What do you guys think here? Hopefully get this running a little bit faster. This is kind of disconcerting. It might cause us to go a couple minutes overtime. Yeah, wouldn't overtime be great? Somebody was saying earlier that this is better than sports, and I kind of agree. But of course, we might have to have our overtime, since it's kind of a song sport. Those of you who were here for the 21 Pilots tournament, I think that Trees winning was probably kind of appropriate, actually. It is such a good song. It's so good. So all of those songs are making it a little bit higher, even if they aren't like the world's best songs, just because this was kind of a less filled bracket. But what are you guys saying about Gold versus Bleeding Out? I'm very, very curious. Bleeding Out is better, to be honest, but it looks like Gold might be winning this one. Yeah, Gold is by far winning, I think, which is sad. Another one that I disagree with, but you know what? I respect you guys. Just let Underdog, beat Warriors. That's all I ask. But still be true and honest to yourself. Gold. All right, guys. Let's go back and check the Twitter sitch. And it looks like Radioactive pulled ahead pretty handily. So I am happy to say, because I like Radioactive, Radioactive is going to go ahead and be our winner there. Thankfully. Whew. Because Monster is good, but Radioactive is really good. Whew, that was crazy. Like, it was so close. And then Monster pulled ahead by a little bit, but Radioactive really came in hard and won for it. So, good job there, guys. Let's go ahead and take that next commercial break. And it looks like we only have 3 rounds left. We have the semifinals, the semifinals, and then the finals. And just as our quick commercial break, let me tell you guys a little bit about Patreon. It's a super cool way to join the song meaning community even further, become even more of a lyric theorist. If you look in the description of this video, you'll see patreon.com/popsongprofessor. It's like a short monthly fee or a monthly pledge. It's kind of like Kickstarter, but it's every month. And it's just so that I can use that money to buy songs, to put into my podcast, or buy new equipment, or take April out on a date, or every once in a while buy some groceries. And if you want to join, it's a super cool opportunity for us to get to know each other. It is Patreon, so it's a lot of fun. It's very trustworthy and reliable. And essentially for like $5 a month, we have like a monthly Google Hangout where it's just me and like 5 other people, whoever signs up. So far, I think we've never had more than like 2 or 3 people. So it's been very good opportunity for conversation. So if you sign up for that, that's like $5 a month. But it also has access to some 21 Pilots classes that I taught online a while ago. And there was 6 hours worth of classes. And they're completely added on to anybody who signs up at the $5 level. There's also a $2 level where you get the behind the scenes podcast and secret behind the scenes podcasts I do about songs. So I've done like a Glowing Eyes and an Air Catcher one. And it's a lot of fun. I don't see anybody in the chat from Patreon, but anytime I see somebody from Patreon commenting, I always respond to their comments. I respond to a lot of people's comments, obviously, but I try to make a special effort to do that just because I'm really grateful for what you guys and how you support me. So that's our commercial break. Let's jump back into this. I have a feeling that our next commercial break should be answering some questions from you guys. But we've got about 15 minutes left, so let's make this count. Alrighty. On to round 3. Amsterdam versus It's Time, folks. What do you think? Amsterdam versus It's Time. And if you're forgetting what these songs sound like, let's go ahead and listen to It's Time, because I know what Amsterdam sounds like, but I'm sort of forgetting It's Time, which is weird, because I know that it's a really good song. I even have it saved as one of my favorites. Oh. My computer's glitching. My apologies, guys. That's the wrong one. There we go. Come on. Nope, that's the wrong song. There we go. It's time. Let's do this. Yeah. It's Time is so good. I want to say that it beats Amsterdam, honestly. But what do you guys think? Why is my computer doing this to me? There we go. And it looks like It's Time wins. Pretty handily. Next one is America versus It Comes Back to You. And remember, you're voting for songs to go into the semifinals. Or the semifinals. So, America versus It Comes Back to You guys. What do you think? I like America. I think that that's going to be my favorite here. But I love It Comes Back to You. So, I really don't know. It's a difficult choice. It's Time won that one. What do we got going on here? America versus It Comes Back to You. And I really love both of these songs. And you guys, you're feeling my pain. Like, you know how difficult it is to make these choices and these decisions about which songs to put on there because they're just all so good. Starboy. Thanks, L. Mike. And unfortunately... America, It Comes Back to You. America, Comes Back to You. America. Oh, I really didn't want to get into like more of those like Twitter votes until later, but this is looking really close. Oh, Isabel Brown says that my Patreon page is giving her a 404 error. That is really weird. Let me go ahead and just comment that into the chat in case like the link is wrong or something. I appreciate you checking that out. Thanks so much for looking at it. Okay, America versus It Comes Back to You. Oh, L Mike is General Stevius. You changed your name? Oh, cool. Guys, I think America wins. I'm going to say that America wins on this one, just barely, though. No respect to everybody who likes It Comes Back to You. It is a really good song, but I think America just wins barely. And that's not just because I'm from America. Remember, accusations like that will come back to you. Sometimes I'm a dork. You know why I'm a dork? Is when I said that, I raised my eyebrows kind of stupidly and then realized that the camera wasn't even onto my face, so it looked like this. So, there you go. You didn't miss anything. Now, Demons versus the River. I'm going to say that Demons is going to win this one, honestly. But Demons versus the River, and then Polaroid versus Radioactive. What do you guys think there? I'm really curious about your perspectives on this one. Puns, yes. Read the comments and take a shot every time you see a TOP song. I would be so drunk out of my mind right now. Demons wins by a lot, and it looks like the River wins. Unless Demons was going against the River? No, Demons was going against the River, so Demons definitely wins. And it looks like Polaroid is beating Radioactive. Where did all the love for Radioactive go, people? If you don't choose Demons, I'm gonna hunt you down and kill you. Okay. It's obvious that Demons won. But Polaroid versus Radioactive, that's the question now, people. What do you got for me? Come on, slow computer. Quit being so slow. Maybe I should have used a different camera. Demons wins for sure. And it looks like Polaroid might beat out Radioactive. Yeah, Polaroid handily beats Radioactive. That's interesting to me. I thought Radioactive was going to go far in this one. I'm glad that it beat Monster, but I respect your decision, people. The majority of you. The other ones, I can't respect your decision because the majority decided. It's unfortunate, I know. Oh, if only... Okay, great. So we've got the 4 songs figured out on that side, and now we have to figure out between 8 songs on the other side. I'm so sorry that this is so slow, guys. You all are super patient. I'm glad you're still here, and this is super fun. I am just having a blast doing this with you guys. But over on the side, let's see what we got. Can you see my mouse doing the little, like, swirly, like, I'm loading thing? Anyway, we got Believer versus Hear Me, and Dream versus Whatever It Takes. I think Believer, but I think you guys are going to say Hear Me. And then between Dream and Whatever It Takes, that's a tough choice. I really am not going to make a call there. But I think I like Whatever It Takes better. Yeah, I'll guess I'll make that call. So between those, what do you guys got for me? And then from now on, after this round, we're going to go strictly to just via votes. We'll do a Twitter poll on the next one. You guys are still voting for Polaroid, it looks like. For some reason, there's just like this lag, unfortunately. And my hair looks crazy. I look like a crazy person. All right, Polaroid definitely won. It's because Radioactive was super overplayed. Oh, that is unfortunate. Excuse me. That being overplayed can hurt a song's, like, you know, lovableness so much. Believer definitely wins here. And then it's down to Dream versus Whatever It Takes. But I think Dream is winning pretty handily. Yeah, it's going to be Believer and Dream. All right, easier to tell than I thought it was going to be. I'm always kind of afraid that we're going to have to do another one of those, like, smackdown, like, drag-out fight votes. But it looks like we handled it pretty well this time. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Yeah, you can't see the little swirly, but there's a swirly there. It's like loading. Woohoo. Don't we love loading? I had no idea that an Excel spreadsheet could give me so much trouble. All right, anyway, we'll stop talking about the negative. You guys, you just understand. You know what's going on. And for those of you who are thinking, like, you know what, this is starting to get boring, it's about to get super intense in here. It really is. When these songs all start going smack to smack, head-to-head, all this stuff, get ready. This is going to be absolutely insane. And just to decide the last ones to go into our semifinals, we have below here Gold versus Shots and Underdog versus Warriors. My call here is Shots and Underdog, but I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say. And because I so badly want Underdog to win, I'm going to emotionally manipulate you again by playing it out loud. That's the wrong song, but it'll play soon. Here it is. It's coming. It's coming. That is bleeding out. Why is it not working? Come on. Spotify, you silly Spotify. I like what Isabel says, RIP my fave. Yeah, it really is kind of a moment of sadness for a lot of us at this point. At some point, everybody's favorite one is just going to die. Still, Believer is playing. So you guys, I'm just going to have to exit out of Spotify. It's not doing it for me. But I really wanted to manipulate you into choosing Underdog. Oh, here it is. No. Yeah, here's Underdog. Isn't it great? Shouldn't this one obviously win? Come on, folks. Alrighty. Okay. I thought you would bring your dog out. Yeah, you know what? That's actually a really good point. Let's do that. Is Galaxy? Galaxy, come here. Come here. Alright, sit. Sit. Alright, guys. Galaxy's choice. Galaxy, stay here. Stay here. Focus. Focus on the camera. Galaxy's choice is Underdog. See, she's an underdog, except she's also a great dog. So let's go ahead and let's vote for Underdog. Oh, it's not working, I don't think. All right, Galaxy, you gotta get out. Galaxy, get out. Thanks, babe. All right. I apologize, guys. You might be having a difficult time watching some of this. Let's keep moving though. For some reason, my video output is low. There's just some trouble with some of the stuff. It will be fixed soon. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. Apologies for how difficult some of this might be right now. You guys are such troopers here. Shots definitely wins, and I think I'm gonna have to give it to Warriors, unfortunately. But Warriors does beat out Underdog. Again, killing my darlings, ripping my heart out, throwing it on the ground. All right, Shots and Warriors. All right, so what we're going to do for this next one, guys, is I'm going to post 4 pictures on my Instagram. I'm going to let different populations of you vote. And if you have Instagram and Twitter, you can vote on both. But I'm going to go ahead and put 2 pictures on my Instagram with some of these. And I'm going to go ahead and put pictures on my Twitter with some of these polls. So you can probably see that the different ones that we have going, and again, the video output is saying that it's very low on my computer. So if you're watching this from a long time ago or something like that, apologies. I know it's not ideal. We'll still make it work. But I'm going to go ahead and put Shots versus Warriors on my Instagram. So go ahead and comment there, and I'll kind of look at the comments there to see which one wins. And let's see. Shots versus Warriors. Yes, I love Selfie Face. Which is better? Shots or Warriors? And then we'll put a Twitter one out for Dream versus Believer. So you guys can vote on Twitter for that. Dream versus Believer. Yeah, that's funny. That's my giant stupid face there. But not a professional streamer, apparently. We'll work on that. Come on, come on. There we go. Oh. Which is better? And we'll get another Instagram one going. Let's see. The Twitter one is Dream. And then believe it. Remember, guys, you are right now deciding the semifinals here. This is a very important one. I want you to be very, very careful about your life and your choices. Look at them both. All right. The other one that's going to go on Instagram, which is better, is It's Time or America? What do you guys say over there? And then the last poll is going to be Polaroid versus Demons. on Twitter. And guys, while you're on my media, go ahead and give me a follow. Go ahead and comment and stick around. Like, that's a really, like, if you want to be in contact for more of these streams, I always announce them there, especially my Instagram story. I'm particularly active there, and I like commenting on news stories about music on Twitter. And so you just get a daily dosage of more thinking about music and more videos of dogs catching frisbees, honestly. That's probably my main export at this point. Which on Instagram, which is better on Twitter. This tweet's going out. Then we'll chat for a second and we'll look at the results. But this one is Demons versus Polaroid. All right, boom. All polls are live. I'm going to start looking at the ones on Instagram soon, but we're going to give you guys a chance to vote for your faves, and then we'll make this happen, folks. So the tweet, come on, tweet out. Oh, I've already sent this tweet. Okay, so the tweet is live. Fantastic. You guys also, again, this is so much fun. I love doing this with you guys. You're all wonderful. People are asking, what's my Instagram? That's a good question. It's in the description. It's at Clifford Stummy, all right? Thank you for asking that. And if the link won't work, let me go ahead and just... I think they're all at Clifford Stummy. I'm one of the only Clifford Stummies in the world. There's one other. He's like 70. He's in Arizona. I found him on Facebook or something. Yeah, so there's my Insta. Twitter is the same. Thank you so much, Ginny, for sharing that. Do I like coconut sharks in the water? I do. And while we're doing this, I'll ask... I want to look through like these comments you guys are sending in. I answer some questions. What do I think should win? I would say at this point either Demons or It's Time. Those are my two favorites that are left. Yeah. What college do you work at? Please, third time asking. I actually don't like to share that information just because I don't want the people at my college to think that I'm like associating with that. So I do teach there. And you can find the information on my website somewhere. I just don't like sharing it with a ton of folks. Oh, the description is wrong then if it takes you to at Clifford Stummy. But I like to be a little bit more discreet about talking about where I work, just because I don't want it to seem like there's overlap where they might think that I'm endorsing said university, and where the university might be like, oh, what you're doing on YouTube is kind of like work for us or something. Oh, thanks, Becca Hearts. I like the name Clifford as well. Petit123 Gaming. Hey, Cliff. Hey, back. So sorry that the description was kind of screwed up for you guys. But let's go ahead and start looking at some of these polls, and let's make some decisions here. You guys can see that. Excellent. And I'll go ahead and pull up Twitter and see what we're working with here. And let me check out my Instagram. Oops. Alrighty, now the exciting vote counting. 71 comments already. That is impressive. You guys are super, and you care a lot. That's awesome. Alright, so between America and It's Time, it looks to me like It's Time... Oh, It's Time wins by a mile. We barely even needed a poll on that one. So let's go ahead and skip Aroni on back to here. It's Time versus America. Again, I know that the streaming is awful, guys. So sorry about that. Alrighty. It's Time wins. Yes, does it? Yes. Boom. Okay. And then on to the next Instagram poll. Shots versus Warriors. And it looks... Oh, 57 comments already. That's incredible. Some of you commented a lot. I'll try to keep that in mind. But I think it's definitely going to be Warriors. Though there seem to be more doubles on Warriors. Oh, it is really close. But I think there are some doubles on shots as well. Guys, I think it's shots. I think it is shots. So we're going to go with that. And then let's look at the Twitter results. Why is it so slow? I'm just as impatient as you guys, believe you me. So sorry again. But we will have a very intense battle here in just a second. Then, oh well, what you gonna do? All right, back to the Twitter then. What do we got going on here? On the old Twitteroni. Good thing I have a phone, because this is saving my bacon here. Alrighty. So with this poll, it looks like Believer wins and Radioactive already won. Where is the other poll? Did the other poll not show up? Oh, that's awful. We can't let that be. Believer definitely wins. Let me go ahead and put that other poll out really quickly. We'll make this happen, guys. I know. We gotta move. Demons versus Polaroid. Which is better? Polaroid. Demons. There we go. I already said that. Then where is the frickin' tweet? Should be here somewhere. If I already said that, where is it? Well, for some reason Twitter glitched on us. What song do you like better? Polaroid or Demons? Not Decons. Demons. Okay, cool. All right, guys, go ahead and vote for that one on Twitter. We'll get that out there. And in the meantime, we're going to try to get the old Excel spreadsheet to cooperate with us. Yes, the Twitter poll is live for Demons versus Polaroid. That is a thing that is happening. And honestly, you know what? I think that Excel is causing us the majority of our problems. So I'm going to go ahead and write down the winners, and we're just going to exit out of it and save some heartbreak. It's time. And then we got Believer. And then Shots. Save. Again, you guys are amazing. The fact that you're sticking around here, even through technical difficulties, it means you care about Imagine Dragons. Also, I sort of feel like it means you care about me, but I don't want to assume too much. So we're going to go ahead and exit out of that. And we're going to hopefully make things run a whole lot smoother. We will never use Excel again, believe you me. Hopefully. So less visualization of that for you guys, but I think that this will just work out better for all of us. All right, hopefully things start to speed up here soon. Let's check to see how the Twitter polls are doing. And it looks like we've got Demons winning by a lot. Okay, so Demons is one of them, and I'll show you guys what the new brackets look like. We've got It's Time versus Demons and Believer versus Shots. And I'm going to go ahead and put those up, those polls. Let's put the Twitter one up first. Which do you like better? And we have It's Time versus Demons. This is a really tough one, but I think Demons is the better song. It really looks like Demons might win. So which tweet? Yes. It twitted. Good. It's Time versus Demons is up on Twitter, and I'm going to go ahead and put the Instagram one up for Believer versus Shots. Believer, I'm impressed that one of the songs from the Evolve album did make it this far. Like, it's a good album. I think it's going to be, but it's new, so I think people don't really know what to think of it yet. Yeah. Anyway, stupid faces. There you go. Which is better, Believer or Shots? All right, guys, hit me up on Instagram and the old Twitteroni, and let's go ahead and make this decision so we can move on into the next round. Do I like Celine? I don't really know much about Celine, honestly. Oh, is the stream health getting better again? That would be so wonderful, because we've had such a terrible experience streaming the past 20 minutes or so. Nope, it's bad again. Okay, well, you guys can't see it, but it's like that little red bar up in the comments. Oh my gosh, too. You guys are also way far behind where this is actually happening, and I hate that for your sakes. I'm so sorry. Let's see what you guys are saying here. We got some comments coming in. Believer versus Shots. Excellent. I think Believer is actually winning, surprisingly. That's interesting. I thought Shots might because it was older, and you guys seem to be like an older Imagine Dragons fans type people. Demons heavily beats its time by far, so we're down to Demons. And then who's going to beat Believer or Shots? Which one of those two? Demons wins. Demons advances into the finals. That's exciting stuff. I think Car Radio should win. Zachman Pro says, I totally agree. Also, Zachman Pro is, I believe, one of our sponsors on Patreon. So, I'm so glad that you're here. Yeah, you are one of our sponsors on Patreon. And thanks for your support. Thanks for being here, too. All right, let's see what Believer versus Shots is doing. Let's see, we've got Believer. Believer wins. Believer definitely wins. So we got Believer versus Demons. Folks, we're down to our two final ones. And I'm actually going to go ahead and post a picture and a poll for both of these, just because this is super, super important to get this accurate. And I want everybody to be able to vote. And go ahead and comment it in the YouTube chat as well. Let's see which one wins. Which is better, Believer or Demons? And then on Twitter, which is better, Believer or Demons? I predict Demons. Wait, I already said that? How could I have already said that, Twitter? Oh, it's because of the question itself. What's your fave? Believer or Demons? Cool. All right, folks. Make the votes happen. Make it count. Nobody has said that you can't hear me, so I'm assuming that is still... You can still hear me. I know that this has been one of the more difficult streams for sure. You're probably getting very low quality out of this. But I'm assuming that the vocal quality is still pretty sound, just by the fact that I haven't heard anybody complain about it. I'm sure that the video is not that great. But let's see what we got, folks. All right, so far on the Twitteroni, you can actually quote me on that. Belemans, I like that, yeah. My vote is for Demons, and it seems like the early votes are showing Demons ahead on Twitter. Let's go ahead and take a look on Instagram. Be sure to be commenting it here as well on YouTube. The lag, yeah, the lag. We've got 23 comments so far on Instagram. Believer is winning handily on Instagram, I think. Yeah, by quite a bit. That's impressive. Demons is still strong, but it looks like the Believer is still winning. Interesting, guys, interesting. All right, we'll keep up the voting. We got to figure this one out. Why didn't Hear Me make it through? It's sad. Roots was in there, Osmer. Sorry they didn't make it further. Alrighty. As far as Twitter goes, what do we got going on Twitter? We had 7 votes a second ago, and now we've got on Twitter about 19 votes, and it's super close. Demons is only winning by 6%. So that is really, really hard. You know what? We might have to just make an outside poll for this. Yeah, this is going to be a tough call, guys. I may not be saying much. It's because I'm keeping an eye on the data and trying to put together maybe a... Oh, and Believer pulls ahead on Twitter. Surprise turn of events. I think it's... And it was ahead on Instagram as well. Oh my gosh. High drama, high drama. So folks, here on the sports field of song lovingness, it looks like we've got a head-to-head close match here with Demons and Believer going neck and neck. Oh, and it's so close. But I think Believer's winning on Instagram still. And if it wins on Twitter too. All right. No, we're not going to have that other poll. Everything's going too slow. But it looks like... Is it too early to call a winner? Believer's winning on Instagram. Let's make sure on Twitter. If it's still winning on Twitter... It's 50%, 22 votes. All right. Somebody break the tie on Twitter. We can't have this anymore. I think Believer... I did post on Instagram, yep. What is the winning one? What is it going to be? What is it freaking going to be? Demons pulls back ahead on Twitter. We can't have this. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. Somebody's got to win here. If it's a tie, I'm going to call Demons because that's my favorite out of the two. We've got 39 comments voting on Believer, Demons, Believer, Demons, Believer, Demons, Believer, Demons, Demons, Believer, Demons. How about both? Believer, Demons, Believer, Believer, Demons, Believer, Believer, Demons, Demons, Believer, Demons, Believer, Demons, Believer. Yeah, I think Believer's still winning on Instagram. I think it's got a pretty solid following there. Let's recheck Twitter. And it's still, Demons is still winning just by a little bit on Pop Song Professor. All right. It's super close on both. It is, we're going to go ahead and call it a tie. And as the Pop Song Professor type person that I am and the host of this, I'm going to say that Demons wins. That is the official call. Demons is the winner. That is a tough call. It is Demons. And I feel conflicted. I feel like it's a very difficult choice to make, but that is going to be what we're going to say about that, guys. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you for helping Demons to win through all of this. There was a lot of high drama. There was a lot of tension. There was a lot of crazy stuff going on, and I'm so glad that you guys were all a part of this. Just as a quick commercial break, if you like what I do on this channel and you like these sorts of tournaments, more of them are coming. We might do another one after Evolve drops, and just to kind of integrate them into seeing, like, are any of these new songs more popular than Demons? And we'll have some more high drama there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, hopefully we'll have a little bit of a better experience with the streaming. So I thank you guys for sticking around for that, all of you who did. If you want to get to be a part of this more, please check out my podcast. That's kind of what I'm excited about right now. It's down in the description. You go to find it on iTunes. It's the Pop Song Professor podcast. You can find it on my website. You can go to songmeanings.libsyn.com. You can go to the Google Play Music Store, look for the Pop Song Professor podcast. And it's probably my most exciting one because I get to actually post snippets of the songs in the podcast that I play, and so we can really do some interesting analysis. And it goes a little bit longer. We answer some deeper questions. So if you like thinking about music more than just wanting to know, oh, what's the meaning of the song every once in a while, the podcast is a really great place to be. So feel free to check that out, guys. I'm trying to post every day, or at least 5 days a week, and it's been a lot of fun. There's a Mumford & Sons one coming out. We just had My Chemical Romance and the Heathens Retraction one, a couple of Imagine Dragons ones recently, some by the weekend. We're going to do Lorde tonight with 2 of her newest songs. So lots of really cool stuff, lots of stuff going on, and I'm so glad that you guys were a part of this. Thanks for being here. I'm going to stop taking up your time. We'll do some more live streams soon. I don't know what about, but email me, clifford@popsongprofessor.com, and I will I'd love to hear your opinions and your ideas on what would be like a good live stream topic. So thanks everybody. Talk to you later.